Hey guys, welcome back. It's your boy Brandon.Therapist. And today I want to talk about bonding through infertility. But before we start, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. So look, when we're facing infertility, it often starts a confrontation. It's one that we're not prepared for, one that we go into it blindly, and now we're following the advice of all the medical professionals. In turn, this can create conflict amongst the couple. One, we can deal with like someone doesn't agree with a method, the financial outcomes, or any other stress that's related. When a couple goes through infertility, they're often angry at the circumstance, which caused them to be angry and tense with each other. I'm going to teach you how to overcome that and how to bond through infertility, because this is not an easy journey, and there are many methods and paths to this journey, and not just one simple answer. It's not always easy. To make this journey easier, I'm going to give you 3 tips. The first tip is discuss hypothetical situations with each other. When we're going to see a doctor, when we're going to figure things out, you have to prepare for both success and failure at the same time. Because you have to prepare for both, you never know what will come up. And the reason you have to prepare for both is not everything happens on the first time. Too many times I hear a couple that doesn't want to discuss the hypothetical situations because they're optimistic that it will take on the first time. The doctors are now telling couples, hey, about 1 in 5 chances, about 1 in 8 chances, there's a 60% chance that this will work. And so the doctors are telling about the procedures, but we all have that inkling like, that's not going to happen to me. I'm going to be a part of the instant success rate. And thus, once we get the results of a negative pregnancy, we're now devastated. What do we do? What steps do we take? So walk through those hypothetical situations, because you might end up being faced with them, and you don't want to be caught too off guard or unprepared. And now, what do you do? So this is all in preparation of doing some of the things that you need to do. Take time and discuss options and clearly decide what you're for and what you're against. And the more you guys can do this, the better prepared you are for when or if nothing takes on the first time. With that said, I also want to say, set a limit for the method that you're trying. Oftentimes, we just say, hey, we're going to continue to go procedure after procedure and do it until we have a successful pregnancy. IVF is about $20,000 a pop with insurance covering very minimal. If insurance doesn't cover you in the way that you need, how many times do you have to go through IVF without taking out a loan, without taking out a second mortgage? And you may laugh now, but those are true scenarios. Make sure that you're able to set a limit so that you know when it's time to stop and try another method. The second thing I want to talk to you about is comfort each other emotionally. When we go through infertility, it is truly a couple's concern. You are in it together. You're both experiencing emotions, and these emotions are causing you to react to certain things in different ways. Don't allow your partner to go through this alone, but be there for them so that when you're both going through this, you are providing support and loving each other, and you're staying bonding throughout your marriage versus working against each other. And one of you may have a difficult part in one area than the other. One or both of you may not have the answers. Sometimes you don't need the answers. You just need a hug and to say, look, I don't know yet, but we're going to keep researching and we're going to figure it out. We're going to work together. We're going to continue to love each other. We are going to continue to approach this with each other and not against each other. Be honest. Admit your fears. It is scary. Hey, I'm scared of this part. Hey, I don't know about this part. Hey, I'm uncertain. Hey, I feel like I'm carrying all the burden. Do not be afraid to admit to your partner when you feel overwhelmed. The more honest you are emotionally, the more and better you can support each other. I'm all about couples staying together during infertility because the divorce rate is 33% higher than our already astronomical high divorce rate. Why are we increasing those odds? Because we can't work together? Because we can't comfort each other? Because infertility has become more difficult? No. Support each other, work together, and therefore you now don't feel alone during this entire process, and maybe you can start working together to overcome this issue. Last but not least, you both experience infertility. Regardless of who has the true diagnosis, at this point it doesn't matter because you both are experiencing it. Since you're both experiencing the difficulties, you both need that emotional support that I mentioned in tip 2. You cannot continue to blame each other or fault each other for something that you didn't know that you had. As I tell people, we have won this unfortunate lottery. And thus, this is the cards we are dealt, but we don't have to stay in this mindset, in this space. We can continue to grow from it. As long as we realize that we're both going through it and that we are working hard to find our end result. We're working hard towards the next step. We are working hard at supporting each other. We are working hard to prepare ourselves mentally and emotionally. And also, understanding that you might need a therapist and someone to help you through the emotions of dealing with the grief and loss of infertility. Do not forget this is also a mental health concern as well as a physical concern, and that you both are feeling emotions in 2 different ways. If you follow tip 1 and tip 2, it will help you both to experience this and learn how you feel from it. You're not alone in this journey. There's help and support. Most importantly, you have each other. Use each other, lean on each other, and don't fight with each other. The more you can not fight with each other, and the more you work together and bond together, the stronger you'll be once you make a decision on what to do with trying to conceive or any other form of artificial reproduction or adoption. You don't have to feel alone or go through this alone. You have each other. Be there for each other and work together. You're stronger than you think. For more information and tips and to dive deeper, make sure you join the Barren Battles Network. The link is in the description, where we talk about infertility, relationship counseling, and there's even a special section for men in which we are going to talk about male depression and other men's issues. Be sure to hit the link in the bio, join Barren Battles, and let's dive in deep. Can't wait to see you.